Hi, this is Just Saying Again. I came back because I found a diamond in the rough. It's a young man, too. He's very young and very knowledgeable about his history. Now, the part of history that he really went into showed us how he did his research. He even shared that. I just think he's a very exceptional young person. Exceptional. You would not believe it. So read it. Go and listen to it. It's on the timeline. And he talks that Bible and gives you those verses, but he's telling you what the verses, where that Bible came from, tells you about Christianity. And Christianity is not an old religion. It isn't. It's not that hard. And I kind of think, what do ministers, because I know they have minister schools for ministers, just strictly. When they study, what do they tell them? Because you know what? It's close to slavery. You're supposed to bow down and kiss other people's butt. Black people are just not. And then that Bible didn't help any. I've been saying that all along. And so when I found this young man, I thought that I would come back on and share it with you. Now, his, let me try to find it. Here it is. You can go to www.youtube.com/user/WOOGAM 21. It's called WOOGAM. WOOGAM 21. So it's www.youtube.com/user/WOOGAM 21. How about that? Young man, he's looks like he might be about maybe 16, 17 years old. And he could be 20. But I'm just so thankful to have him, period. And he has a lot of videos, like myself. Only he got a lot of views. He got about 324,1212 views. That's pretty cool. And I don't know. It's a lot. History of Christianity. This is a great reference, YouTube. I really would like to tell people. But then you can't believe everything you read, but it's good to read. It's good to read it and say, I don't know about that. Because you know what? I wanted to tell you guys out there in social media land about myself. I lost my Bible about 30 years ago. Let me tell you, this is real. I just couldn't find it. I had so many Bibles. My family had a lot of Bibles, and I had so many Bibles, and all of a sudden, all my Bibles were gone. Okay? I don't even own a Bible. I have not actually physically, because I'm not afraid not to own a Bible. What the young man is saying, what things can go in your head, he's telling us none of that is true. It isn't. And then when they talk about the Pope, I hate to tell you, but it is the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, that has those last 44 books. And like everything else, they came out with the Bible. Like with everything else, they're going to come out with that. And that's going to blow religion wide open. When they want to get rid of Christianity, I believe Christianity will be the first to go. Jesus was a teacher. He was a wonderful man. A wonderful man. He is in history books, Jesus. And the fact that the Romans, they did kill him out of jealousy. Not just jealous of his powers. He didn't have no money. They were just jealous of his powers. That's real messed up. And it sounds familiar to me. It sure does, because that's just plain evil. And so, but he was not the Son of God like that, like people are do, you know. It is, and then when they pray in the name of Jesus, which it should not be doing that. And and the way they wrote that Bible, and he pointed it out in the scriptures. Yes, it does. It does say that if it's anyone other than me that uses Jesus something, that is somebody is probably not true. So when you say in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, I heal, in the name of Jesus, I something in the name of Jesus, you're just talking. Because healing really, if you really want to be a healer, let's find Jesus so he can teach us. Because that's what he did while he was here. There are other people that have the same gifts. There's never just one person that has a gift. There's plenty of people that have gifts. And pursue it. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going back to no Christian. And I'm going to stay away from the people here in California with all of their spiritual love, all of that. I'm going to stay away from that too. You know why? Because there's always two sides of the story. There's never love without fight. There never is. Because you're going to have to fight to love sometime. Fighting is a regular routine that black people need to start doing, because we never did it coming from Africa. We had those people come and get us from our own country. Where we know where everything is at. We know what bush we can pull a good stick off of. We know everything about it. And we let these people take us into slavery. So that's all I have to say. So you did get that YouTube. That young man is really made my day, and I'm so glad. And he has a lot of videos I can watch. So take care. I do too. So I hope he meets me and he can listen to some of my videos and give me some viewpoints. Let me tell you, it's a whole lot of people that cut me loose. I don't beg people for likes, because too many people are hating me. So that means that they listen. Okay? They listen. I don't know how Facebook and their likes go, but you have to remember that the things that we're going through as black people right now, to me, I fought religion. I mean, the way we think is just pathetic. And then we were discussing earlier how black people want to be in quotas. Some black people want to be with white people so that their children can have it better, because they know that they have it better. And they don't want their children with that, so they want to be in the, like Obama. Same style, same thing. I used to live with people like that. I used to live with people like that. Tell me black people aren't like that. And the majority of them mess it up for everybody else, because they want it so bad. If they want it so bad, they'll step on your black toes to get it, and rub arms and marry a white woman or whatever. They'll do whatever they possibly want to do, can do. So remember that. I keep saying it over and over, so if I run upon something else, I'll be back, okay? But please look at his video. It's very interesting. You would enjoy it. And he used T.J. Jakes as an example. I'm so glad he did. Nobody says in the name of Jesus more than T.J. Jakes. Or maybe some of the other ones too. But T.J. Jakes is just a hustler. He's a hustling man. I'm telling you, he be out here looking for movie deals. He does that for movie deals, and he goes back to the church. And it's not that he's not focused as a pastor. That's what I can tell that. Need to focus more on the people that need help, because we really need it. Detroit, they have lead in the water. They have no water. The children have been drinking that water, so we're going to have sicknesses. We have still no policy to protect us from police. brutality. We have none. Doesn't look good. Looks like they'll be marching forever, and probably but if they fought, they would get their little tanks and do what they got to do, and we would fight back and die for what we believe in. That would scare the crap out of these people because they fear it. Read the other stuff in my Facebook on that timeline. They fear you because they don't want you to wake up. Because if you woke up, whoa. But then we have so many blacks that are not good. More than that are good. We have nowhere to go as black people. You know, even me, I have an opportunity right now to just do whatever I want to do. And I'm either going back to college, and then I said, you know, I listened to Minister Farrakhan this morning, and he said going into Stanford and going all to those schools. But you got to realize, at my age, for what? But, you know, when I get out, I may can do voiceovers or something like that. But for what? I've worked all my life. Well, if I could sit down and do webcams all day, that's what I want to do. I deserve it. I went through heck. I was a struggling artist. That's hell. And then back in Chicago, ask them about me. It ain't good. I never did. I was a very kind and friendly person. I think that is the problem. Being nice. Anyway, let's go back. Africa is no good. Why would I want to go to Africa? You know what they do in Africa that has really turned me off? First of all, the religion. That Christianity is just overwhelming there. And they refuse to do anything else. That's so a part of them. And to hear this, what the little boy has to say, that's going to really rear him up. So as long as we have that. And then another thing in Africa, that cream. Lightening your skin. Do you know how heavy that is in Africa? So that means they've lost the love of Africa as well. They lost. They lost the love. They've lost everything. You know? So there's nowhere to go as a black person. But to do your research, if you're with a religion, stay with your religion. If you're not, continue to be and continue on. Mine is from within. My God is from within, is with me. And when he read that part about because we are perfect, I had an answer for that. Because when you look in the mirror, actually, you are a reflection of God. And I believe that God is from within, the soul. And so, therefore, the greatest and the best would be yourself. Not to be looking up in the sky and praying on your knees and stuff like that. It's just too out of, everything is really out of whack. But you could never take that from these black people. Church, they'll die. Now, they will fight for that before they will their own children dying out here in the street. And they're not for real, because if they were for real, we wouldn't have to ask the government for a darn thing. That's how much money that church is collecting. So I really appreciate the message from this child. And I have another young lady. I'm getting a lot of tweets, from Twitter, and they're all young people. So I'm really happy about that. That's very rewarding, because it's good to hear young people knowing who they are. It's like a joy. And for those children, we have nothing to worry about. They're going to be all right. Not that they wouldn't get the thing, they wouldn't be involved with everything that's going on now. That's not good. Not that. It's that once you know yourself, you have a power that's out of this world. You don't fear anybody or anything. And I worship my ancestors. So and I don't use my shrines all the time. I don't use them a lot. They just there, really. And then I do my little, cleansing every now and then. And I don't feed them a lot. I don't feed them. You know, they're getting used to their California rhythm. But I do give. If somebody mess with me, I give it to my ancestors. That's real bad. You really, I mean, if you are going to fight that way. I tell you, it's all worth the while. It really is. So I'm an ancestral worship person. You know, every once in a while, maybe once a month, I have a little feeding. But that's it. I focus on the God within. I don't get into the prayer, but I recognize it. And I have to remind myself of all the things that I've been through and how I got out and how I feel, how I came out of it was the victory. Victory. Yeah, victory. So, there you go. Please go straight to YouTube. Check them out. Christians. I don't make fun of people's religion. That's your religion. I'm not going to try to force people into how I think, because that's like being like Christians. I just want you to be happy and content, and try to get some of the information on my timeline. That's more important to me. That if young people wanted to read it, that it's there for them to read. Okay, everybody. I will be back if I see something good. Take care. Have a good day. Ashe.